Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Witcher and Zoltan's lifeless dead eyes.
They tried really hard to make him blink, but he can't close his eyes the whole way. Also, he's like slightly cross-eyed.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
There's just so much about the faces in this game.
They're something.
I think
So,
my
mhm,
favorite model might be the old men who have a beard and mouth that basically looks like they're wearing a beard and
like a
mouth
Santa
prop
beard.
over their face, but it's not just a beard prop, it also includes a mouth because it looks like they're doing really big kissy face.
Like the Reverend.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
love that.
you'll see a lot of that guy, just in different robes, but it's the same guy.
My
I mean,
headcanon is that it is
not the
literally the
same.
same guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I like to include a lot of my headcanons in these recordings
Hmm.
because it just makes things more interesting, personally. Um, okay, so you were saying how much you liked Yennefer as a character in the Netflix adaptation versus the books when we left off the last part. Would you like to
Um,
continue that particular point?
she's not like my favorite character. Like, I did enjoy her. I enjoyed her performance.
I don't think
What's
Yennefer
it?
as is anyone's favorite character. To be completely honest with you, she's kind
Yeah,
of a frigid asshole. Like
Yennefer is like
I have never in a single playthrough chosen to stay with Yennefer when I had the option not to.
yeah, Yennefer is hard to like, and she doesn't try to be easy to like.
Yeah, she just
Not her
does not
priority.
care.
Um, what's it? Although uh, what's it? One I I played Carol as guy who was giving monogamy a go, and
Guy
I
who's
would just
giving
like
monogamy a go.
yeah, I would just like pass up every opportunity of like, hey, I want to sleep around, which is like pretty different from standard girl, but
Oh yeah,
like
no, absolutely. I
my
I
my
100% took the chance to fuck Kara Mitz,
my
Mintz or whatever her name is.
my reasoning is I enjoy games. Triss is a much different person. They made her cute in the games.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
Um, I mean, the one in this game is sort of closer, but they really sort of waifu fied her into. I mean I like that they like
Not only did they waifu-fy her, in the first 10 seconds of the game, you see her
yeah
whole ass naked body.
yeah I like that they gave her like a more sympathetic struggle in how she is trying to help people in three. What's it specifically get people away from Radovid's mage hunt
Yeah,
and non-human hunt. That was good. But like she's a weird in in the book she's like a weird politicking like true believer. Like she doesn't get like exhausted by everything like
like Yennefer
Yennefer
does.
does. She keeps buying in for a long time. And also she like as a way of making sure that you know doing her school friend a solid, her bestie, and making sure this guy that she seems to have set her sights on is you know loyal. She seduces him using magic.
Yeah, gotta love
Uh,
magical seduction as a form
uh,
of I'm gonna
yeah,
test your boyfriend. Yeah, no.
yeah. If I recall, girl was basically brainwashed into fucking Triss the first time, and then they sort of have this like cute like we're we like each other, but there's also this other person. It's a love triangle. Anyway,
The writer did not know how to do a love triangle well.
uh, yeah, um, there, I have, I don't know, I have problems with Stokowski, but um, I don't know that I, which is definitely not something that I enjoy without a lot of like asterisks. Um,
I mean, that's
what's it?
here's how I feel about that particular concept. I love guilty pleasure, like in indulgences. Like
Yeah.
my guilty pleasure indulgence is the Crash Bandicoot like universe. It is
Mhm.
the goofiest, stupidest thing, and like as a grown ass adult, I cannot justify how much I love it, but I love it and I don't apologize for it.
Yeah, what's it? My back to not to get too far off track. What's it? My reason that I kept Geralt to Yennefer is that they're like that couple who's always fighting and breaking up, but refuses to ever see anyone else. And whenever someone like comments on how bad they are for each other, they like get really in their face about it. Like, what the fuck are you saying? None of your fucking business. Yeah, we love each other. We're perfect for each other, or some shit like that.
Yeah, no,
That
I
like
quite like the
they
fact that
kind
they're
of
just like,
deserve each other.
fuck you.
Like they're not neither of them are very good people.
No.
They're both trying their best to
Well,
be like co-parents, but
they have very
they're still
divorced
responsible for a
energy.
lot of heinous shit.
They have
Um,
very divorced energy. I forgot that I had muted myself for Discord because I had to blow my nose. But like, they
they
have
do
very
have
divorced energy.
yeah. Um, Geralt, the most divorced man in the North,
Fucking right.
keeps what's it keeps trying to come by for his custody day, and Yennefer's like, I don't know where the kid is. She's fucked up somewhere, so he has to fucking find Cirilla, literally in a different plane of existence.
He's like, all right, listen, I came by for your birthday like 12 times, and you just weren't there. Stop it. Wait, my gay best friend had you the entire time? Danny Lunge is like, I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't me at all.
Um, what's it? Yennefer, what I enjoyed was that they made Yennefer more of a character instead of a like will they won't they foil for Geralt.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that about
yeah.
Yennefer too. I think one of
The
my
only
favorite scenes of
the only
Yennefer
like
was the one time when she was you could tell she was trying to make Geralt jealous with the like in the during the gold dragon hunt with the knight dude.
yeah.
That was my favorite bit from the show.
Died immediately. That poor bastard.
Just dies of literal dysentery, like a Oregon Trail character.
I believe he died of ligma.
Huh?
Um,
I can't
yeah,
believe he died of ligma.
the only really weird part of it was at the end of the first season during the battle on the hill thing. It was fucking Yennefer is talking to this like woman working as a medic during the siege, um, and Yennefer uses her magic to do some healing. I think was what it something happened. Like she was talking to a woman who like does the same task but using mundane skill,
Mm-hmm.
um, and uh, the woman is like, "That's impressive," and then Yennefer is like, "Well, it's magic. It's not real." Um, which like okay, so I kind of get what they're saying. Yennefer doesn't feel fulfilled by her magic. Like the promises of power she was given as a child to like make herself into whatever she wanted to be came at a very heavy cost, and she doesn't think it was worth it.
Yeah.
Um, makes sense in the character as a vacuum, but in the exists in Witcher as a world, it's a bit like a physicist saying, "Ah, well, it's atoms. It's not real," because there are like a few things that we know for sure about The Witcher, like metaphysics in The Witcher is um, magic is reality.
Uh-huh.
Like chaos, which is chaos and magic are the same, and it is the realest thing that exists. Manipulating reality is manipulating chaos is manipulating magic. They reinforce each other. So, like magic is a scientific fact of that universe. The
Yeah.
other is like there aren't any gods. It seems like
Well,
you
okay,
can't
so
really.
but there are though.
There are many gods,
Yeah.
but also
There are none?
uh, yes.
I am so okay, as someone
So
who
so
world builds.
there
It's
are alien creatures
mhm.
that may gain a cult status. There are godheads that people create in their local tradition. Um,
Like the
but
eternal fire and whatnot.
as far as like mages exploring what reality is and like encountering the rules of metaphysics, gods don't really seem to come into that. Um, the most godly force that you could find is chaos, and that in itself doesn't really have an aim. Uh,
Well, yes, such is the
but
nature of chaos.
yeah,
Um, but as someone who like world builds, and you know me, I've made how many worlds now? Fucking countless of them. That baffles my mind, right? Cause and a lot of the time when I make gods in worlds that I've created, it's so there are two types of gods generally that I or three I guess that I ascribe to creating. There's the creator ones that are like self inserts of the writer, which I have a couple of those. There's gods who were mortal and ascended to godhood through certain means, and then there are false gods, ones that everybody like cult gods essentially, like you had
mm-hmm.
said with the godheads that a lot of people give, and not having any of those things in a world for me specifically, it kind of like almost kneecaps me as far as writing goes, because
Yeah,
it kneecaps the kinds of magic, I guess, or at least the way I see how magic works. I can understand how it works in The Witcher and how the hard magic system works, but like having no source of like divine magic is kind of how I define it. Like nature magics and things of that nature. Like it kneecaps you kinda because you have no source for those things. There's no
yeah.
way
So
for someone to have so much devotion to a thing for them to give it magic, stuff like that, and that kind of, in my opinion, kneecaps the writer.
uh, so Sapkowski is coming from a very atheistic like background,
That's fair.
and he has an atheistic outlook on the world. And this is actually a similar thing that I do in my world building is uh, if gods exist, they are most likely. Ah, fuck! I forget the name of forget the name of the term for like a thing that is made by the mass belief of people. There's a specific term for it.
Yeah, I know what you're
Um,
talking about, and that's one
yeah.
of the three types I had described.
So, but like gods, uh, it's more of a. There's nothing so reassuring as like there is a divine plan for reality.
Yeah,
Is sort of the outlook with Sapkowski's. It's literally a shit happens kind of thing.
yeah, exactly.
The thing that
But then, how does he?
mages are
Oh, sorry, you
the
continue.
thing that mages are drawing from is their own imagination. Like that's the most impressive thing, sort of available to humanity is their means of manipulating energy into meaning,
Yeah.
and also like creating characters which explain contingency as a force of nature.
So I have a question as far as that line of thinking goes. How does the fucking law of surprise work when everybody seems to like go against fate? It fucks you. Like,
Yep. So
how
like,
does that work then? If there's no actual sustaining force, and like, where does the elder blood come from? What?
yeah, that's like the orderly aspect of magic. Sorry.
No,
Um,
you're okay. I'm just very
no,
confused about
I
things.
no, I left out a part of. I used to sort of give this particular spiel better. Um, no, what's it? What is the closest thing to a divine force does seem to be fate.
Okay.
But fate doesn't necessarily have a face. That's how we see it. That is how we see the law of surprise. That's also how we see one of the more interesting things from. It was more emphasized in the serials, like the short stories,
Hmm.
the two books that were released before the novel series, which were about Cyrilla.
Yeah.
But like it was a world in which people can know that they are in a story.
Huh.
They realize that they are in a folk story or a legend or a prophecy that has rules and will have its way of resolving the way that it intends. The
So
fine details
fate
of how
is
they
the
get there,
writer.
yeah, the fine details of how they get there are less important than the fact that fate will force reality to become a certain way, whether you fight it or not.
Okay.
So you have like mages who are kind of aware of that like principle of reality, and they're like witchers too, especially when it has to do with like a monster haunt. It's like, fuck, we're in a story, we have our parts to play, or else this is going to end very badly for us.
Yeah.
Because if fate has to brute force its arrangement, uh, you're probably going to be mangled by it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
If
like
fate has to
yeah.
make us do this thing, we're fucked.
So yeah, so
Essentially.
there is a chaos fate dichotomy
Okay, that
in
makes a lot more sense.
Witcher. Um, mostly my mostly my like little pedantic things with like saying it's magic, it's not real. It's just like I don't know, in a setting where they make
Magic
a
is
science,
scientific fact.
they make magic into a science. It seems funny to say it's not real, but really what she's saying there is like
The
it's not
power isn't.
it's not worth the same amount of like effort. Like I've been born with the gift to manipulate this, but it actually makes me a worse person if anything. Like you're actually helping people.
And you having
I
spent most of your life to
yeah,
learn this skill.
yeah, I mostly just destroy people and occasionally don't destroy things
Goodness
because she
gracious.
had just like burned an entire army in the forest.
Yeah,
Um,
1 second. I have to put my hair up, and I have to take my headphones off
yeah.
to do it.
Also, we
My
should
big
play
thing
this. We should
about
play.
chaos is why does fire magic? And I don't know if this is the case in the books. Why the fuck does fire magic cut your connection to chaos?
I
Unless that's
don't.
a liberty thing they took.
I don't recall. I think it was that like if you so like there are pyromancers.
Yeah, because like Triss is a really experienced pyromancer, at least in the
Yeah.
games.
There you meet like in the books there's a like battle mage character who's a pyromaster. It's like a very special few can manage the destructive force, and if they can't manage it, they're cut off.
Okay.
Um, I or it destroys them. I don't remember the exact explanation for it. It's mostly just like a forbidden art unless you demonstrate the mastery of
The
the art.
affinity for it,
Um,
yeah.
that like you're allowed to practice it by whatever mage school you're at, and even then you're monitored for if you're going to blow up or lose your powers.
Yeah. So
Um,
my I think my favorite magic thing in Witcher was, you remember in the show, and I don't know if he was in the books or not. There was a character who comes and like recruits Yennefer for like the mage army that they're building. The one that actually like wears battle armor and shit and can summon his sword. It's my favorite fucking magical art that I've ever seen. Is just the
yeah,
dude continuously reaching down and then he just has his sword again. That was cool as fuck.
yeah. I do like spell swords a lot. as a character trope. But also, Belle,
Mm-hmm.
we should we should play the game.
Yeah, we should play the game.
I think people might be tired of staring at.
Yeah, this has just been 20 minutes of this man's face.
Golden
You
sheep.
look like something's bothering you.
This has just been 20 minutes of this man's face.
My friend was to meet me in this village some time ago, but he never appeared.
Think he might be in trouble?
I hope not. But I wouldn't be surprised if he were. He joined the squirrels recently and agreed to trade with the hawkers.
Squirrels and hawkers?
The squirrels, or Scoia'tael as they call themselves, are non-humans who hope to gain equality by shooting folk from behind trees. And hawkers are merchants who sell arms to the Scoia'tael, illegally.
I see.
Geralt, I'm not exactly welcome here. We non-humans get blamed for everything from the plague through the beast to the warts on the Reverend's arse. I'd look for my friend myself otherwise.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. Let you know if I learn anything.
I love that.
Thank you, my
I love
friend.
that Geralt is like human passing enough, to where people don't immediately recognize.
I need
Oh,
to go, Zoltan.
he's a Witcher.
Yeah, another thing about another theme is passing in this. Although it's less like gender passing, like you or I might be concerned with, but more like whiteness passing is really the closest analog to it.
Yeah. And like it's kind of fucked up. Oh, I love that this man is just coming out to a sea of dead bodies.
It's fine. They see this shit every day.
Inventory
Gosh,
full, cannot carry anymore. Ah, that's
That reminds
unfortunate.
me. I mean, you may be able to just run back, sell all your shit, and then
And
run
come
over
back,
here and
yeah.
get the stuff. I don't know if it despawns.
We'll see. We shall see. So
It
we're
might
gonna
despawn
go and
if
sell.
you cast time.
Yeah.
You like by meditating.
Look at this man waddle away.
Gosh, the bit about walking out to a bunch of corpses in your front yard and not giving a shit kind of reminds me of a very good way of trying to explain what's it, the Roman Colosseum as as a sporting event is not just two dudes killing each other. It's a lot more than that. There's a lot more pageantry. Usually gladiators survive their bouts because it's like a business.
Yeah,
They
don't
they are
want them to
athletes
die.
with fans, and they're leading careers, and there's like occasionally you may kill each other by accident or on purpose.
Yeah, if
that's
you've
just-
been deemed to be executed, that's
Yeah,
generally when
like-
that shit happens.
Yeah. If you're Christians, you're lying.
Yeah, exactly.
But like if you're like a Gallic captor, what's it? Then they're gonna try to like make something out of you if you survive your first bout. And so it's not just like two dudes having a knife fight and one shivs the other and dies and everyone goes home, because like you live in ancient Rome, you see that shit every day.
Yeah.
Like either it's the time in the Republic where people had the patron system made it so you would
Looks like
mobilize
Miss
all
Vesper
of
has
your
unwanted visitors.
clients. You would mobilize all of your clients into a street gang, and you would fight another guy's street gang and maybe kill him because the other rich guy you had a beef with.
You're apt to lose.
Die, bastards!
I mean, yeah, when it comes to like ancient Rome and I guess how combat specifically worked, violence in the street was more kind of the
I fear the dogs and thugs.
what is the term
The
I'm
norm?
looking for? Yeah, the norm. Thank you. My brain. I went into combat and my brain went, nope. It just,
Like some guy died, that's not news. Some guy, like a senator dies, like someone who normally has protections, that's news maybe.
yeah. The emperor is shivved 97 times by the Senate. That's fucking.
Also, well, the popular despot.
Yeah.
That's hanging people news.
Yup.
Certainly.
Because was it like Caesar like genuinely like people really liked him?
Yeah, one of his main things was that he actually made good on his land grant promises to his veterans. That made it so he had a population of armed men in and out of the capital who were loyal to him
Yeah.
for basically everything they had. Also, his like, I think he expanded the grain dole, so like, you know, he's the guy who like makes sure you eat.
Yeah.
If you're part of the urban poor, because of the a lot of the into the late Republic and into Imperial times, a lot of the landowning classes were mass consolidating farms into plantations, which they would then work by slaves, whom they did not have to pay.
Yeah.
So like the small land holding farmer, which was the original sort of like economic unit, like economic backbone, massively grew into, well, they ceased to exist basically.
Yeah.
Where they became endangered, and they moved to the city looking for work and just sort of constituted the urban poor. What like happened again during the enclosures in England and the blah blah blah. It's all a fucking cycle.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
those dogs. Those hellhounds.
You're all right.
But
They're gone.
like the fact that he was there and he was able to do the things that he promised was like the big thing that people really loved about Julius specifically, and really hated about his son.
Yeah.
Because from what I remember, Augustus was not very popular. You, friend, buy my shit.
None may enter.
I don't
Vizima.
recall
No need to
how
rush.
publicly popular Octavian Augustus was. I do know that he lacked for political competitors because he got the Senate to vote emergency powers to make him princeps and the other major like army havers he killed.
Yeah, I know he immediately killed Brutus. That was a thing that I remember from
That's just performing a familial duty.
Yeah, this is, oh, you murdered my father, now you have to die. I also love that Brutus kind of got that pushed off on him as averse to the rest of the Senate.
Like something was controlling them.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean it was.
We're almost there.
The Bruti family claim to fame was that like they were king killers back to the last king of Rome, which became part of their like sort of national mythology.
Yeah.
And the foundations of the Senate. It was that the like sort of founding Brutus was one of the like major guys to say
We're
fuck
here.
kings. We hate
Thank
kings.
you. How can I
We're
repay
doing
you?
We're doing a regicide.
we're doing a republic now, and we're gonna kill all the kings.
Shall we meet again?
I don't
So
know.
like
What could possibly shock her?
Everything.
the Bruti were like
Except if we
an
meant to play
anti
together.
tyranny
But
family
listen, I
was
knew
sort of their
this
legend,
was-
and
Secluded, quite.
he was just carrying that forward
Exactly.
because Caesar was the new
But
tyrant.
people say it's
Yeah.
haunted.
Hi,
I wouldn't
Summer.
want the miller's ghost disturbing us.
Ghosts wouldn't dare disturb a witcher. Others will stay away out of fear.
Settled then. I'll see you tomorrow after sunset. Bring wine, and I'll bring food.
I have a feeling she's going to try and either kill me or I'm actually going to get the fuck.
Just for possible like censorship purposes, yeah, she is gonna try to bone.
Okay.
But also, it's very easy for her to die during the escort mission.
I'm glad that I didn't let that happen. Gotta make sure that Geralt can get his can get
I
in.
still think you actually. I forget. I still think you actually need to like escort her alive to the picnic.
Oh no.
You might not. You just might need to like get the stuff she asked for and show up.
Okay. I gotta go back to Vizima so I can sell all my shit. Or not Vizima, the little like town or whatever the fuck it's called. I also love that we spent like 20 minutes talking about like The Witcher and hard magic systems, and now we're having this like conversation about like Rome and its ancient Rome and its geopolitical like machinations. This is one of the reasons why I really love spending time with you, because I could just listen to you talk about fucking anything for hours.
Yeah, but like, don't lose sight of it. Beyond all the like, sort of philosophizing and stuff, both The Witcher and the Augustan, Augustan cults was all about getting that nut. And that's
Yep.
the core principle of both things.
100%. And not being a bottom.
Yeah. It's not gay as long as you're the top, as Roman sexuality.
Not allowed to be a bot. That's actually one of the reasons why there were dissenters for Caesar, was because he bottomed for one guy one time.
So I've got a mixed feeling, because so I learned Latin in school using Reconstructionist pronunciation, which is like no soft C's, all C's are hard. What's it? All I's are either E or Y.
Uh-huh.
That kind of stuff. Also, just remembering like certain letters that the Phoenician alphabet did not have. But then so like I might say Caesar, but then also just like there's like return with a VS kind of guys for that's it's just kind of fashy also. So it's like
I
I
mean,
learned it this way.
you can say it however you wish. Cause like
Yeah.
I just love hearing you talk.
None may enter
You're a
this
merchant. Buy
long-
my things. Sorry, you go ahead.
As long as I'm doing Reconstructionist pronunciation and saying shit like, I am a classical misogynist. I despise women and think they're icky because I just love men and their cocks so much.
I love you so fucking much. You broke my brain a little bit with that one.
That's a bit more Hellenic than Roman, but you know,
I mean,
eventually they Hellenize together.
yeah, I love you, you fucking dork.
Am I allowed to say cocks?
Yeah.
in here?
You can say whatever the fuck you want. I have said so many things over my I made a whole like blowjob joke in my Mega Man playthrough.
Geralt,
Zoltan, not
I need to
not
go,
right now.
Zoltan.
I need to go sell my shit and then I can drink with you.
Love when Zoltan kind of twists his head like an owl.
Did you want?
Wait, no, I can't buy things from you.
I will not play dice.
So they bring Shani back in the
a fine opportunity.
Hearts of Stone DLC.
Oh, they
which
do.
is like actually like the best story that's in Witcher 3. Like I like God, I never finished Blood and Wine. I probably should. But there was recently like a bit of a visual overhaul for
Oh yeah, no,
for
it's
that.
really good too.
I should finish Blood and Wine. But anyway, fucking Shani does come back so you can have like a date. but Alvin after this game drops off the entire fucking story. I mean, wasn't that it? Like Alvin is basically a discount store Cirilla. with
Really?
with his what? Sorry, I'm probably on the verge of spoiling some shit.
No, I don't mind
Um,
at all.
Alvin has source power, similar to Cirilla, but not quite
That's
as
the
powerful.
timer.
Like,
Fuck it. We're gonna play as long
like-
as I fucking feel like it.
Alvin, like, actually, I think also has like a similar world hopping ability. They basically made Cirilla, but not Cirilla, so that you could take care of a boring child. I don't know what they're trying to do. I didn't particularly care about the character.
I guess it's so you could have the element of Geralt being a grumpy dad, maybe?
Yeah. What's it? And like that is usually the most redeeming part of the character.
Is him
Is
being
that,
just a grumpy
He may
dad.
be an asshole, but he's a family man,
Yeah.
which I'm a sucker for.
Same, honestly. I really like Geralt, like, as a character, having like just the I am the grumpiest of dads. And the fact that he's able to do that, and at the same time, like, I don't know, he doesn't. He also doesn't strike me as one of those, like, there's the ability in this game to make him like the grumpy asshole character, and that never struck me as like Geralt's true character. Okay, where the fuck do I get these white lily things
So,
to
like,
help this boy?
Geralt is cruel to foes, like mostly, I guess who want to kill him.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of like deflective. He does a lot of deflective behavior.
I
like,
could definitely see that.
He never tries to show any vulnerability. And he only shows some vulnerability around like the women in his life during pillow talk, or when he's actually talking to Cirilla.
Or when he's talking to his horse.
Yeah, also when he's alone and talking to Roach, who he's told the same handful of stories hundreds of times, but he can tell them again because he keeps losing horses.
Yeah. Hey, beautiful, will you do me a favor?
He is perhaps my favorite set boy.
I have been wandering around for the past 2 episodes trying to find these fucking white lilies. Will you fucking look it up for me?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go down to the waterfront, kill some fucking drowners. I think that's what I'll do until...
Remember to hold Alt?
Say what?
Remember to hold Alt to highlight all the plants you can pick.
Yes, I did do that. I have been doing that. Down that way is the waterfront. Alright. I'm gonna go kill drowners until I have
White
enough...
myrtles?
Yes, the white myrtles.
To harvest plants, you need the herbalism talent. A merchant outside the inn sells them, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, Venetian herbalist. It's right outside the inn.
Got it.
If you read the book.
Mm-hmm. If you read the book. Book that costs 200 orens.
Yeah.
How much money do I have? Because I might just go fucking buy that.
Yeah, you need to read the book in order to be able to harvest the plants.
Oh,
which is
okay.
odd because Geralt is already kind of an herbalist.
Yep, as a witcher, you kind of have to be.
He has some passing herb lore anyway. He has the kind of spotty movie / video game amnesia, where he also loses some skills as long as personal memory.
Yep.
Greetings.
What it is?
Why is that?
Vizima.
I guess
Most of.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
I just need to see your stuff. I don't want to hear your story. Give me all of these, please. Yep, still 200 for that, you bastard. Alright, now I can go and do that quest. Journal, Drowner contract, Ghoul contract, Salamandra, The Witcher's Secrets. There we go. Meet Witcher Beganar here, or in Vizima. Monsters and Men, Myrtle's Gathered, track quest. Alright,
I
there we
wanted
go.
to ask, I didn't look too deep into it. What were the changes that made Cavill finally leave?
The first big one was what was the name of the Witcher that's supposed to make it all the way to like the Battle of Kaer Morhen? It turns into a Leshy.
They killed
Lambert.
Yeah, Lambert, not Eskel.
It was either Lambert or
I
Eskel, one of the two.
I like Lambert and Eskel in the games. In terms of the books, they're not
characters.
they're not that important. Like, they do exist. They're mentioned in the like Witchers who are left over.
Yeah. But like when I say like not characters, I mean like they're not explored very very far.
Yeah, their names listed. I'm trying to remember. They may have had larger speak morals in the books than they were looking. Like, I know. I think they came up when. Yeah, no, they did come up as when Cirilla was originally learning swordplay at Kaer Morhen for a winter. They were like some of her teachers, along with this one. So they were like her uncles in that capacity. But like they were also just kind of like dudes who existed so that there are other people in this dwindling organization that are not Geralt.
Yeah.
Or Geralt's dad.
I help. Waiting for you.
No,
Sorry.
it's all.
I help. No.
No. I gathered the myrtles.
I gathered the myrtle petals.
Excellent. Now to prepare the potion.
How is it made?
Interested in witch's secrets, are you?
So
The recipe is yours if you swear to take it to your grave.
I swear.
Draw close and listen. Blend 2 ounces of cadaverine with the myrtle petals. Speak your name backwards, turn about 3 times leftwards, spit into the fire, and stir the potion again.
Complicated.
I knew witch's magic would be beyond the mind of a man. Grant me a moment to finish the potion.
See you later.
Oh, this is one of the things that makes it over. It's Sapkowski's kind of weird gender wars feminism.
Uh-huh.
Like, there are feminist aspects to Sapkowski's writing. But there are a lot of aspects where it's like guy in the 90s writing about feminism. And maybe has the right spirit but doesn't quite get it, and sort of reinforces some things. The way, honestly, the biggest thing is like the sexual violence Cirilla faces as part of her arc is a whole lot.
I can imagine.
That was less interesting.
Is the potion ready?
Yes, tastes bitter.
What's it?
No
He's not like
Now,
he's not like
Speak.
George
Abigail,
Martin
I'm
in
afraid.
that way.
Why'd they skin the puppy?
Yeah.
Why'd
Just
they
give me,
hurt it?
I wanna see this,
She
and
was
then we can
gentle,
continue to
hearing
talk
no
about
one.
it.
And the girl from outside the village, she screamed horribly, unlike any human.
Bad children torturing the witch's puppy again. Innocent blood. Evil faces twisted by drink and desire. Plow her well. Show her you're a man. Bloodstained gold. The beast is born! Death. The final judgment. The beast has met its end once. It doesn't fear death. It is death. How will you defeat human villainy? With your sword? You who died and still walk amongst the living. Who has summoned me?
Enough. This could end badly. Abigail, break the trance.
As you wish. By the power of the 7 spheres, leave this body. I compel you. Begone! Oh, I'm sleepy. Alvin, go to bed. Geralt, another Witcher, Berengar, preceded you. He left these missives.
Thanks. Farewell.
You sorry. Please continue your point.
I have no idea what I was saying. Mostly, I'm now entranced by like how they try to make Alvin a creepy child, but they gave him the most oh boy golly gee whiz fucking
Face.
voice actor they possibly could have, and it still comes through constantly under the voice modulator to completely ruins the effect for me.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay, no, what I was gonna say was something about voice acting quality. I had a memory that like Doug Cockle sounded kind of like he was less experienced when he did this game as opposed to like the follow-ups. But I felt like I had the memory that Doug Cockle was phoning it in for more of this game, but it's like close to par with Geralt in the other games. Like,
Yeah, I think that
he's definitely
Geralt,
his most
voice
emotive.
acting wise, is always has been good consistently through the 3.
Yeah, like he's definitely his most emotive in 3. I think that's the time when like Cockle was either most invested in the character or was getting paid the most to play the character, or both.
Both
definitely helped. But yeah, like he wasn't. I was misremembering there. I thought he was doing a little bit more of a generic 2000s growl guy protagonist voice. But no, not really the case. I mean, well, he is a 2000s growl guy. But
Yeah, like that's
one
definitely a
soul.
thing. But this is more from the heart, I think.
Witcher's definitely a type of guy.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So this episode has gone on almost an hour, so we're gonna cut this one and kind of come back in the next one. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'm sorry that 20 minutes of this was just staring at Zoltan's face while I enjoyed talking to my girlfriend. We'll be back in the next one. Love.
I'll try to be more conscious of heading off tangents.
You're all right. I can usually play and concentrate. It's just hanging out with you makes me gay and happy. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.